Owen Smith asks, Love and Monsters or Fear Her? Which one do you prefer? Love and Monsters, no question. Fear Her I had to put on my least favourite episodes list because I didn't find it very good. And Love and Monsters is doing a bold experiment. And it kind of pays off partially. If you've seen Billy Tracy's review of it on the Five Who fans, you'll understand it. And yeah, and there's also Five Who fans, Aimless Wanderings did a great version of that story for one of the Dynamite Doctor stories, Fondness and Creatures. If you hear that one, you'll get a similar sense of Love and Monsters. Sort of, and yeah, and it is a very good story in context. There are not so good bits, but it works at points. It's definitely a bold experiment that succeeds most of the time. I think effective. That's it. An effective bold experiment. I'd say the best thing about Fear Her is it's, along with In the Forest of the Night, it's the most kid-friendly episode, despite both those episodes getting PG. Rise of the Cybermen was the only new series episode to get U. Fun fact, Tales of Wang Chang almost got a 15 when it came to VHS, because they needed some cuts to be PG, and they hadn't introduced 12 until the following year. 1988 for the VHS, 1989 for the 12, and that was for cinema only until 94. Oh boy. Imagine if the Revisitations 1 box set had a 15 on it instead of the 12 because of the TV movie. Wow. But Tales of Wang Chang had ended up and has remained a PG. And similar to how Rise of Simon was the only U-rated episode in new series, if the movie counts as a classic, it's the only 12. Whatever the DVDs say, they're probably due to extras or commentaries or something. The movie is the first 12 Doctor Who rated episode. And I think Rise of the Cybermen is the last U-rated. Because I don't think any of the other new series episodes are U. Not even Fear Her or In the Forest of the Night. I think they're all PG or 12. Most of them PG. So, yeah. I haven't had a 15 one yet, so it's probably a good thing Tans was still a PG. Ian Thomas McLean asks, Best Doctor in Bed, favourite DW DVD extra. Oh, it was DW. Oh, I did read that question wrong. The other or Dr. Nifra, whatever. I'll spell it. Nyaithotep. Quark to Adipose. Billy GJ or Billy Tracy. Okay, I'm not sure about my favourite Doctor in Bed. What are you talking about? My favourite DVD extra. I thought it said Doctor Who DVD extra, but then I thought it's just DVD extra, so I'll just roll with this. My favourite DVD extra general, because that's what I thought the question had said the second time I read it, well, it would be deleted scenes, because they'll give you a different version of the scene, or, well, sorry, that's alternative scenes, but maybe it's a scene that they had planned to be in the movie, but eventually cut, and the audience could work out whether that scene was deservingly cut or should have remained in the film. Calvin Dyson does a great one of some of the Bond ones in his top 10 Bond deleted scenes. The first 5, 10 to 6, are ones deservingly cut from the film in his opinion, and then 5 to 1, in his opinion, he thinks should have stayed in the film. And the best example I can give is his second choice, which is a scene from License to Kill, that is probably the best depiction of Bond in cinema. And unfortunately, it was cut. And I agree with Kelvin, I think it would have been better if that scene had remained in the film. It might have slowed some times down, but it would have shown Ian Fleming's James Bond on screen in the film. I think Timothy Dalton's Bond is the best representation of a Fleming Bond, and that scene would have definitely been harked back to the 60s with Sean Connery, who was a very good reputation of the Fleming Bond, but this scene, Timothy Dalton would have shined as the best version, and also it would have made License to Kill more of a Bond film than an American action crime film with James Bond. So yeah, that definitely should have included in that scene. And also, if we talk about Doctor Who DVD extras, the Now and Then extra is a great extra. It's a couple of DVDs. One notable one is Andrews of Tara, Day of the Daleks. It's Black Orchid one, I think it is. There's a few. And yeah, it's a really good and really interesting extra. I also like the trailers for the episodes and also the coming soon trailers. They're really nice to watch. And there's a couple of bloopers. Bloopers are also on the and trailers for films as well and other TV shows. They're great. Going back to deleted scenes, I was thinking of doing a top 10 Doctor Who deleted scenes. I have to get around to doing that, but I do know what my number one is. As I mentioned on that little Twitter video on Universal's Twitter site, I know what my number one is. I just have to find the next 9. Like I said, I don't know who the other or Doctor, whatever you said. Because I don't know who they are. If they're Doctor Who characters, I'm sorry for not knowing them. But I honestly don't know who you're talking about with those two. Quarks or adipose. The adiposes didn't speak. They just made noises. The Quarks' voices were terrible. I'm sorry to the actress who voiced them in the Dominators, and if anyone's voiced them since, like with Big Finish or anything, I'm sorry, but the Quarks' voices are just awful, at least in Dominators. So, adipose. The adipose wins. They're also pretty cute. And they're not evil. Billy Gareth John, which I think is what you mean with GJ, or Billy Tracy. Well, as much as I like Billy Gareth John, or Gareth John, Billy Tracy is a great person to listen and watch on YouTube. Well, both of them are. But Tracy is pretty much the one I prefer to watch. And not just with blog type or chatting about Doctor Who stuff, more like stuff in general, like in acting and everything. I mean, Billy Gareth John is great in that short Ghost Watch short film he made for his university. But Billy Tracy co-created Time Agent. And Time Agent is fucking amazing. And he's also done Mighty Gizmo. Unfortunately, you can't see that or the Time Agent spin-offs or Well Built Universe, or pretty much anything on his channel. Time Agent's on Jim Carroll's channel, thank God. So you can't see anything on Billy Tracy's own channels now, but he did some great stuff between 2005-06 and 2012, not including eras 1 to 8 of 5 Who Fans, in which he was the villain in era 1 and an actual member in 2 and 3. In number 2, he was the leader, and then came back with the revival in 2012 as the second in command, I would say, for him being joint leader in 2014 with Richard B. Brooks after John Branson's departure, and then becoming the main leader when Richard left last year. And yeah, Billy Tracy would be my pick for the two, although I do like Gareth John. Billy Tracy is just better one to watch or listen to, both as himself and as playing a character. And heck, he created the Aimless Wanderings, and he's written about most of them. I'd say Joel H. Jolson is the next most. In a separate post, Ian Thomas McLean also asks fave app, best Minecraft mod, best cheese, drag name, favourite flower, best MP, onion or cabbage, best sodium musical. In that order, Universal is amino, I don't play Minecraft, I'm allergic to dairy and there's no soya cheese, so I can't answer those two. Who Ian's amino for the first one. I don't know what a drag name is. Poppies for flowers, cabbage, I prefer that over onions, although onions are okay. Pretty good, they're nice in salad. And I don't know what a sodium musical is. What a great way to finish your lot of questions. And finally, Blair Harrison asks, what's your favourite meme? There's only one. Now swear! Fuck! Thank you to everyone who asked the question for this Q&A, and thank you to everyone who subscribed. I hope everyone on Twitter and Facebook who asked the question subscribed, because otherwise it's okay if they don't have a channel, but if they do and they haven't subscribed, come on guys, this is my 100 subscriber Q&A. You can't actually ask unless you actually subscribe. Or can you? That's a question to answer. I guess if it's Twitter and Facebook, it's a bit of a different rule set, but this is for the YouTube, so... But yeah, thank you for everyone who asked, and thank you to everyone who subscribed, and all the followers on Twitter and Facebook. So thank you to everyone, and yeah, this was interesting. This is the main channel, subscribes by the way. I think my second channel is only about 10 or 20 something. Maybe, I think it might be 14 or 15. And Universals is on 50. So yeah, support to Universals. We do great stuff there. So, thank you for listening, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, something tells me that I think this is not going to be a completely one full-length Q&A. We might have to split it up into separate parts unless you're willing to watch, I don't know, an hour-long one. Okay. Owen Smith asks, love all monsters or fear her, which do you prefer? Which one do you prefer? Love all monsters because it was my... Well, I didn't find it very enjoyable. Well, I didn't find it very good. Also, so 88 for the VHS and 12 was 1989. So yeah, imagine what to be... The movies, and the movie being even whatever the other Doctor, Billy G. Shay, oh boy, okay, from, I don't know what you're talking about with Faith, and it would have been, I think, I don't think we've had a big, then a Bond, then a Bond film with, then us. I don't know whatever I said. He's pretty much the better one for me. But Gareth John is great in that little Ghost Watch tribute video he made, short film he made. Gareth John, not including prior, also asks favourite app, Beth, Onion and Cabbage, Hoover. I don't have a thank you. Hopefully those ones on Twitter and Facebook have also subscribed. I think Lawrence Stevens has, or whoever follows. And I think we're going to have to turn this into a bit more of a one. Oh, and I think